Hello there. It's been a long time. Welcome to the brand new edition of Mr. Nowak's Classroom, virtually irrelevant podcast. Today, we are with Renfrew Victoria Hospital Foundation Executive Director and mother of Mitch Desilets, who does our intro music, Barb Desilets. Barb, how are you?
I'm really well, thanks. Is this your first podcast of the new year?
First podcast of 2015. And to have someone with the name executive director, I feel privileged.
Well, I do too. I work for a great institution, being the hospital foundation and the Renfrew Victoria Hospital. So it's exciting to be here. I don't know what makes me more famous, my job or being Mitch's mom.
Or Sam's aunt.
True.
He's
true
really
enough.
making a name for himself on the Twitter. So
Is
maybe
he?
we can come back to that
We
later.
can for sure.
So we're in the midst of the I Choose RVH campaign. It's been a few years since RVH has done a campaign. Can you talk about where we're at and what the campaign's goals are?
Well, for sure. In 2000, the hospital finished a large expansion here on the emergency department. And, it was a conscious decision of the hospital to kind of recognize that the community stepped up to the plate at that time. So when I came on board in 2007, it was really about raising awareness on the hospital. And I would have to say, even when the CT scanner came in and the digital mammography, we would have called it a quiet campaign of sorts. So awareness of the need, but certainly not the momentum that we're seeing happen with this project. So we will, in all likelihood, never see an expansion of this size here at the hospital again, probably because there's no land in the area. This is huge, what's happening out back. And it is focused on dialysis. The Ministry of Health has made a commitment of $10 million to the dialysis portion of this project. But the infrastructure of the hospital is where everyone is going to see the benefits. So with dialysis expansion happening and the relocation to the new wing, that opens up a lot more space here for services and, programs to be enhanced. So overall, the whole hospital will benefit from this.
And I don't think everyone in Renfrew truly understands what we have here in this hospital. So this is an opportunity to brag. What do we have here in RVH?
And I guess I can only speak to it from a non-clinical point of view. So I don't, I'm not a healthcare professional, but really for all of us that are members of our community, we really have a full suite of services. So the average person, I know for myself, when I came on board, I continue to learn a lot and have learned, so much since 2007. But we have over 20 to 25 visiting specialists here in AmCare alone. So that saves the public from having to travel into the city. So those physicians come out here, provide the service. Some of them are here once, twice a month. And again, maybe less than that. But Dr. Rowan Legg, for example, comes up from CHEO. We've been able to implement telehealth to really try to provide as much care at home as we can. I think about the oncology unit, and that's one of the areas that's going to be able to move down to the main floor and have better space for those receiving chemo. For anyone that's been here, for a treatment or with a family member, it's very, very tight, very small. But yet again, that provides the opportunity for the patient to have the treatment here in Renfrew versus traveling to the city. Our standard care, I guess, as we think of it as hospital on the second floor in our emergency department, there's all of those services there. The hospital has branched out into, with their sleep lab, now selling products here. They've just opened up a foot care clinic. That's a fee for service, but it's still having healthcare professionals under the RVH umbrella where they strive for quality care all the time, providing that service. So they're always looking for new and innovative ways to do business in the healthcare environment. So we take it for granted sometimes that until we need it, that it's here, and that's part of this campaign, Adam. And I know you're involved, which is really exciting. So I'm sure you're learning lots, and there's so much for us as, members of the community to learn and understand about the facility.
And I don't think I understood the economic impact that this hospital, this health village that RVH is kind of creating, what kind of impact that can have. This could really attract people to Renfrew and maybe convince some of our youth that Renfrew is an okay place to stay.
Yeah, it really is.
From a financial perspective, then, can you talk about some of our goals with the RVH, the campaign and the foundation?
For sure. So the leadership team, combined with the operations of the foundation, they're looking at 3.5 million over 3 years. And that really is a small percentage of the investment that the hospital is making. It's about a $35 million, not just building expansion, but, new medical clinic, that kind of thing, for what they're calling as a healthcare campus over here. So the investment of the ministry is huge, but we still have work to do on our own. So we're very fortunate that, I hope and I believe that, myself and the foundation team, we're accountable to the community. This is just in a time where we're standing up and waving our flag and saying, just take a look here. We've had some other charities who have had needs over the last 3 to 4 to 5 years. And it's kind of, you notice in this town, it's sort of everybody has a turn, and now it's really our turn to stand up and shine. And, I give a lot of credit to the leadership and the management and the staff here. I'm fortunate in the position that I have, is we see gifts come through the door for the care that people have received. And we're very quick to try and get down to the department or, up to the second and third floor and let the staff know about the difference they make. So it's, we're told we do a great job here in the foundation, and we have a very, very good team, but we have so many people in the community behind us. But to me, it comes from the institution and the staff, that make it happen.
And one of the benefits of giving to RVH is the tangible aspect of it. You can see where your money's going. You can see the expansion. You're going to see the improvement of patient care. And that's one of the things that why I hope many other people are going to choose to donate, because it's tangible. It's in our community. And it's something we all are going to need eventually, knock on wood.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of RVH. So traditionally, you have some annual events that help go towards the foundation. You have the golf tournament, but a very special day coming up on Friday, the
Celebration
of life. And now it's turned into a more of an all-day celebration.
It has. It's in the 11th year this year. And Janet Robertson's girls have really come on board. And last year, Janet spent a lot of time with the girls, telling them about how she goes about making it happen. And she's famous for saying it just happens, but it does take some work behind the scenes. So 3 years ago, MyFM got on board, and they suggested turning it into a celebration of life day in the community. So John Pohl and his team are doing a great job of that. So it really does start at Rocky Mountain House at 7 in the morning, 7 to 9, and MyFM is there broadcasting live. And the staff there last year donated tips, so everybody's on site. Then it moves to Finnegan's for lunch. Again, donations made from both of those businesses, supported by MyFM. They're live on the air. In the evening, the dance happens up at the Armories, Riley New Band and Ghost Town Criers. And it just seems like there's always such a good energy there. Over the years, Janet and her family have suffered many losses in her 3 brothers, very close together, great guys, always there to help out. But that's the concept. It's a celebration of life, and she and her family and all her supporters kept it going. And it's really fun. People, I think, take that moment to reflect and just enjoy a really good time for a really good cause. So well over, back when she started her Easter dinner with her long-standing group of supporters under the Amigos, and on to that just grew and grew and grew to a great team behind her. They've raised a lot of money for our oncology unit here and digital mammography. So we can't thank Janet and her supporters enough for that. So it's here once again, and so it's Friday night at the Armories, and hopefully a lot of people come out to support it.
And you get to see one of my boys, Riley New, who's just incredible, and it's for a great cause.
Yeah.
It's it's January's over. It's celebrate.
It's a celebration.
This gosh darn weather, and for a good cause.
And Groundhog Day is coming.
Now, Shake the Foundation coming up at the end of February. Is this a new event?
Well, it's Craig Dunbar started that one. I'm not exactly sure how many years ago, but it was funds were directed to the Kidney Foundation, and he split that over the years. And this year, all the funds are coming here to RVH. So he's really made it another homegrown event. Craig was a patient here for dialysis, and you probably know that he's had a transplant. He had great success going viral with that, and we're thrilled that he's not a dialysis patient anymore, but he has come up to Renfrew and spoke to people of our community at, you've probably heard him speak at a couple of our events here to update the public on the expansion. And, he's such an advocate for the hospital and for the healthcare industry. So we're really excited to be partnering with him on that. And he has a lot of members of his family right here that in the community that are helping. And I invite people to go to check out their Facebook page, Shake the Foundation, or their website. I think they have both, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Last year, Brett Kissel played, and now I just heard on the radio he's got his song is at #2. So
That's
neat. He started
Very
in
neat.
Renfrew. You never know; it could be Riley New next. You just
Or
don't know.
Mitch Desilets,
or Mitch Desilets,
or Tyler Miller.
They have a studio. I think it's 369. Mitch will be mad that I can't remember the address or the name of it, but I'd give a shout out to him if I could remember it. So they're always recording. There's a lot of talent in this area,
For sure.
I heard those kids trying to learn to play over the years in the basement. It wasn't as cool as it is now.
So Shake the Foundation coming up February 28th. Check out the Facebook page. Check out the website. If you ever get a chance to hear Craig talk about his experience at RVH, it's really moving. And he talks about coming in from the city into Renfrew for care. So many times we think it's Renfrew people traveling to Ottawa, but no, that's not the case. It's people from the city come to our small community for this first class facility. It's a really, really neat story. So I guess if someone wants to start to give, wants to leave a gift, how would we go about that process? How can they contact you, or how do you get that ball rolling? Well,
there's so many ways that people give to the foundation. Individual giving is one thing, sponsoring an event is another. We ourselves hold a couple of signature events a year. Obviously, the Tree of Lights is a big one for our community, and also our golf tournament that happens in June. Something that's really taken off, and it aligns nicely with our message here of engagement and raising awareness, is people are becoming monthly donors. And it's not about the amount you give, it's that you've made the decision to give to the hospital. So you're making an investment in the healthcare for yourself. If it's not you right now, it's a member of your family, or a loved one that uses the services here. People are doing that with as minimal, gift of $5 a month, $10 a month. But all of a sudden, you get a receipt at the end of the year, and you've made that your charity of choice. The tagline of the campaign is "I choose RVH." So we're asking, the community to consider to choose RVH, learn more about it. Choose to become a monthly donor. There's a group of women that have formed a group back when digital mammography was, we were upgrading the equipment there. Adam and they're the call to action team, and their tag was Learn, Know, Act. So learn more about it, take action, know what you need to know. And that whole framework came together to learn more about, breast health for women. Cece Whalen is involved in that, Sandra Beimers, Annette Miller. So some great gals that were going out and educating women in our community on digital mammography and the benefits of, early detection of breast cancer, but just awareness. So they've talked about, the monthly donor becoming sort of what they want to do. And a number of them have joined. And as I say, it's not the amount per month. It's an easy way to give. We do a consolidated receipt, and it comes to you at the end of the year. So that's, really taking off and easy for people to do, and great for us as a foundation to grow not only the donor base, but that new customer, if you will, who is learning about the hospital and the healthcare and the difference they can make.
And we see this tagline of I Choose RVH. The Renfrew BIA has really jumped on board now. Can you talk about that partnership or that relationship or the excitement that you have for this?
Sure. That was a real surprise to us before Christmas. So as you know, we have a community team under the I Choose umbrella. So the co-chairs are Kent Tubman and Lisa and yourself. So that's super. And that whole idea came from having feet on the street who, like you say, you're learning more about the hospital every time you come here. So the BIA announced at the Tree of Lights event that for the next couple of years during the I Choose campaign that the downtown merchants are aligning with that and making it their charity of choice. So and there again it's raising awareness. They're putting the I Choose sticker in their windows. They're talking it up. They're having roundup programs in the store, and really doing their part to raise awareness downtown. Because as you say, the economic impact, they're making money because of the hospital being in our community. Those dollars are staying here. There's over 400 employees, part-time, casual, and full-time, but it's a big employer. And again, attracting people. I've heard from folks who have moved to Renfrew, never really knew about it, wanted proximity to the city, but didn't want to live there. And they said your hospital comes up all the time when you're looking here as a really great healthcare facility. So you think of it as you age. I don't know about you, but I'm aging slightly.
Oh, yeah. I've tried to stop.
Okay,
but,
so it does happen.
Yep.
I just wanted to share that with you. So
your nephew's actually making my aging process. More gray hairs are popping up. Thanks to Sam for that.
Oh boy, I think there may be a few alongside Sam too, that have done that to you over the years. So those people coming to our community say it's proximity to the city, it's healthcare, downtown merchants. We have some great little shops downtown, right? But if we don't keep our money local and support those, then they're not going to be there for us. So I really see good energy under this I Choose campaign. I see great energy downtown over Christmas. It was really fun to see the town energized that way. So we're really proud of that opportunity and looking forward to the next year or so of doing a lot more.
Well, it's definitely an exciting time for the foundation, a great cause. Check out the Celebration of Life day-long celebration this Friday at Rocky Mountain House for breakfast, Finnegan's for lunch, and then at the Armory.
At the Armories at night, yeah. And the doors open at 6 o'clock, and I believe the music starts, 7:30. But there's a number of, speaking of merchants and the BIA, of businesses and sponsors who donate items for silent auction tables. So get there early and have a look at those items. And it's just a time to come out and celebrate. And I really commend you, Adam, for getting involved. It's something new, I think, to you and other people in our on our leadership team, and you folks over at the high school, do a great job with the kids. And I'm sorry.
Well, it's exam time, so I don't know how great of a
how
job
popular
right
you are right now.
Yeah.
Well, I think anyone listening, you be thankful for the teachers that take the time with you, because it is trying, and you'll appreciate it later in life.
Well, I hope so. Well, we'd like to thank Executive Director of the RVH Foundation, Barb Desilets, for joining us. Shout out to her son, Mitch. Another shout out to nephew, Sam. And join us again on the Mr. Nowak's Classroom Virtually Irrelevant podcast.